We're kicking off an unforgettable adventure, starting in Phoenix, heading to the towering Redwoods, cruising up the rugged Oregon coast, and winding back home through Idaho and Nevada. This trip is extra special because my mom is joining us to see places she's never experienced before. We even added a third seat and a cozy sleeping setup for her and her pup, Bandit. 3 people, 3 pups, 1 full house on wheels. Let's hit the road. Part 1 takes us from Phoenix to the majestic Redwoods. Stand by for Part 2 as we continue up the Oregon coast and beyond. Our journey continues as we roll through Las Vegas, passing over the Spring Mountains on the way to pick up Mom and officially kick off the adventure. It will take us a couple of days to reach the Redwoods, so we'll pass through many towns and see plenty of sights along the way. First stop, Beatty, Nevada, a small desert gateway to Death Valley National Park, known for its Old West history, quirky roadside stops, and the many wild burros that roam the town. Next, we roll through Goldfield, Nevada, which boomed after a major 1902 gold strike and was once the state's largest city, still showcasing impressive historic buildings from its mining heyday. From there, it's on to Tonopah, born of a rich silver discovery in 1900 and home to the storied Misbah Hotel, once called the finest stone hotel in the desert and rumored to host the friendly ghost known as the Lady in Red. Larry had been driving all day, and we planned to stop for the night at Walker Lake Recreation Area. Instead, we decided to pull off earlier in a little town called Mina, Nevada, and that turned out to be a mistake. In the middle of the night, our pup, Nova, woke us to find 3 men outside our van, with 2 vehicles nearly blocking us in. Long story short, we quickly moved on and made it safely to our original spot at Walker Lake, where we finally finished our night's rest and woke to a beautiful sunrise. Day 2, we hit the road early, rolled through Reno, Nevada, and crossed over the California border. We passed through Susanville, California, a one-time logging and ranching hub known for the historic white mansion built in the early 1900s by a local lumber baron. From there, we arrived at Lassen Volcanic National Park to spend our second night beneath the stars. We set up camp at Lassen Volcanic National Park for night 2, hiked around a mountain lake, and enjoyed the cooler, high-elevation air. Our drive through the park included Mountain Lake, the bubbling hot mud pots, and miles of beautiful scenery, plus a stop at Hot Rock, a massive boulder hurled miles by the 1915 Lassen Peak eruption that stayed hot for days after it landed. Towering above it all is Lassen Peak, which rises to 10,457 feet. Though quiet now, it's still an active volcano that last erupted between 1914 and 1921, with its most dramatic blast on May 22, 1915. Steam vents and boiling mud pots are a reminder that this giant remains alive beneath the surface. Night 3, we camped at Del Norte Coast Redwood State Park, Mill Creek, surrounded by towering redwoods and the sound of the creek nearby. Night 4 took us to the KOA in Crescent City, where we were impressed by the friendly customer service and the beautifully maintained grounds. From our Crescent City base, we headed to the beach, much to the delight of all our pups, and visited the historic Battery Point Lighthouse, first lit in 1856, and uniquely accessible only by foot at low tide via a short rocky causeway. Day 3, we visited the whimsical Trees of Mystery, where towering redwoods, sky-high canopy trails, and Paul Bunyan lore made for a fun and unforgettable stop. We even chatted with a staff member who said they're working on creating a new Babe the Blue Ox statue at a cost of about $1 million. The The original Paul Bunyan statue was built in 1950, with Babe the Blue Ox added a few years later, around 1951 to 1952, and both have stood as beloved roadside icons ever since. Ever. Days 3 and 4 have been an adventure in itself. Exploring the towering groves of Redwood National and State Parks, we were in awe of these ancient giants. It's incredible to think that more than 90% of the original old-growth redwood forest has been logged, leaving less than 10% standing today. Day 4, we completed the stunning Howland Hill Road drive through Jedediah Smith Redwood State Park, a 10-mile scenic route where giant old-growth redwoods rise so close they nearly brush the van. After soaking in the towering forest, we crossed the Oregon border and rolled into Brookings, Oregon to continue our coastal adventure. Stay tuned for Part 2 as our journey continues northbound on Highway 101, exploring the rugged beauty of the Oregon coast.